Hi everyone, this is Professor Rajesh from Cambridge Institute of Technology, Bangalore. In this session, I'll be discussing about lab program based on functions to check whether the given number is prime or not. So what is prime number? A prime number is a number which is divisible by itself and by 1. So this type of number is called as a prime number. The prime number will have exactly two factors. For example, here 2 is a prime number which has got the factor 1 and 2. That is, prime number is divisible by itself and by 1. So we call 2 as a prime number. Again, when you see 3, 3 is a number which is divisible by itself and 1. So we call 3 as a prime number. Similarly, when you check 4, 4 is a number which is divisible by itself and 1, and also it is divisible by 2. So we tell 4 is not a prime number. If you take 6 as an example, 6 is divisible by 1, 2, 3, and 6. So the number of factors here they are 4. So we tell 6 is not a prime number. And here I have listed the first 10 prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, where 2 is the smallest prime number having the factor 192. Now, how do we check whether the given number is prime or not? In order to check whether the given number is prime or not, first of all, we have to try to divide the given number by 2, 3, 4, so on. One number less than the given number. If any one of the number is divisible, if the given number is divisible by 2, 3, 4, or 5, so on, then we tell it is not a prime number. Now, for example, if you take 9 as an example, now we will check whether 9 is divisible by 2. If 9 is divisible by 2, I tell it is not a prime number. No, when 9 is not divisible by 2, I will check whether 9 is divisible by 3. Yes, 9 is divisible by 3. I will tell it is not a prime number because we know that 9 is divisible by itself and by 1. Apart from that, it was divisible by 3. So we tell it is not a prime number. So let us apply the logic in the program and check the program. Coming to the program, here we have written a function called as prime. So starting the program with header file #include stdio.h, we have declared a function. The function declared here is prime. The return type is int, and the argument we have passed is one argument we have passed, which has been ended with a semicolon. The definition of the function is written below the void main. The definition of the function will have the same return type, the same function name, and the arguments, same number of arguments without semicolon, open closes, brace closes, and what this function should do. The entire statement will be written inside this prime function. Now, as we know, when the program will get executed from the main function only. When the execution starts from the main function, we enter into the void main, where we have declared the variable n and res. N as a variable to store the prime value, res to store the result. Next, enter an integer. It is guiding the user to enter some value. Now, the integer value, whatever entered, that is stored in the variable n. For example, here I have entered the value of n as 5. I want to check whether 5 is a prime number or not. So what is the theoretical concept is, I have to divide 5 by 2 and check whether 5 is divisible by 2. No. Again, 5 is divisible by 3. No. Again, 5 is divisible by 4. No. Then I can tell it is a prime number. One number less than the given number. The given number is 5. Till 4 I have to check. 2, 3, 4 in the tables. Now, the value of n is stored, 5 is stored here. And in the next line, you can observe res is equals to prime of n. Now here we are calling the function. We are calling the function called as prime by passing the n value. We know the input value of n is 5. When you are calling the function, the control is transferred to the called function definition. It is transferred to the function definition. Now this is called as called function. The value of n, 5, is stored in this particular variable n5. Now here we are checking whether the given number is prime or not a prime number. How do we check? Now I've declared a variable called as I, and in a for loop, I start with I is equals to 2 because I will be dividing the given number by starting from 2 till one number less than the given number. So I've written I is equals to 2. I'll traverse till the one number less than the given number. I is less than n. For example, in the first for loop, I is equals to 2, I is less than n. That is 2 less than 5? Yes, 2 is less than 5. We'll come inside the for loop and I will check whether the given number is divisible by 2. How do I check? The given number is 5. 5 mod of 2 double equals to 0. Obviously, when it is not equal to 0, we understand that it is not divisible by 2. So we will return, when the condition is false, I will go back to the for loop. When I go back to the for loop, I'll increment the I value. I value will become 3. In the next pass, what we do is we check for the condition. Again, we check for the condition whether 3 is less than 5. No, the condition is true. Yes, the condition is true here. So what we do, we will come inside this for loop and we will check whether 5 is divisible by 3. That is 5 mod 3 double equals to 0. It is false. Again, we'll loop back. When I loop back, I value will become 4. I'll check for the condition. 4 is less than 5. Yes, the condition is true. Again, I'll come inside and I will try to divide the given number. Given number 5 mod 4 double equals to 0, false. When the condition becomes false, again I increment I value will become 5. I'll check for the condition. 5 is less than 5, the condition becomes false. When the condition becomes false, I'll come out of the outer for loop. The observation made here is the given number was 5. First, initially in the first pass, I'm finding whether 5 mod 2, whether 5 is divisible by 2. No. Again, in the second pass, what I'm doing is I'm checking whether 5 mod 3, that is whether 5 is divisible by 3. No. Again, I'm checking 5 is divisible by 4. No. So that if none of the condition satisfies here, then what happens when I value becomes 5? When I value becomes 5, we come out of the for loop. When I come out of the for loop, I'll come to this particular location. I'll be returning 1. Returning 1 will be returned to the calling function. 1 is returned to the calling function. 1 will be returned to this particular place. In turn, the 1 is assigned to RES. Once the 1 is assigned to RES, we are checking if RES double equals to 1. What is the value of RES? According to us, the RES value was 1. When both the condition is true, we'll print the given number as a prime number. So I'm returning 1 to the calling function. In turn, assign the value to RES, and I'm checking the condition if 1 double equals to 1 true. If it is true, I'll be printing the output called as the number is a prime number. So this is how we'll check whether the given number is prime number. So coming to the summary part here, again, n value is 5. We have to check from 2 till 4. That is one number less than this. Whether 2 is divisible by 5 is divisible by 2, 5 is divisible by 3, 5 is divisible by 4. We have to check. If it is not divisible, we tell it is a prime number. Coming to the next part of the program. In the next part of the program, the input what I've taken here is 9. So input is 9. Let me explain it once again. As soon as you enter 9, we are calling the function prime of 9. We'll call the function where n value 9 is been passed. We have declared a variable I, and for I is equals to 2, we have to divide 9 by 2, 9 by 3, 9 by 4 till 9 by 8. But in between, if you find any one of the value is divisible by, 9 is divisible by 2 or 9 is divisible by 3, we will stop the program and we'll tell it is not a prime number. Now coming to the program here is I is equals to 2, and I'm checking for the condition. Here the condition, what is the condition? I less than n. What is the value of I? 2. 2 is less than 9. Yes, 2 is less than 9. We'll come inside this for loop. Inside the for loop, I'm checking with the 9 whether 9 is divisible by 2. Is it true? No, it is not true. So what happens? I will increment I value. I value will become 3. When I value becomes 3, I'm checking for the condition 3 is less than 9. Is 3 less than 9? Yes, it will come inside the for loop. When it comes inside the for loop, students, you can observe here 9 mod 3 double equals to 0. Yes, it is double equals to 0. Means 9 is divisible by 3. When do we tell the given number is a prime number? When the number is divisible by itself and by 1, we tell it is a prime number. Since here in the second pass itself, we know that 9 is divisible by 3, I will stop the process. When the condition becomes true, I do not have to further check, because here we know that we have got 9 is divisible by 3. So we'll stop the process and we will return. When the condition becomes true, I will return 0. I will return 0. To whom do we return 0? We return 0 to the calling function. Inside the calling function, in turn, the value 0 is assigned to RES. The value 0 is assigned to RES, and we are checking if RES double equals to 1. No, What is RES value? 0. 0 is W equal to 1, false. Then I'll print the given number is not a prime number. This is about a prime number program. Though we are not traversing the entire pass, we are not utilizing the entire pass over here, because as soon as the given number, the number entered number is divisible by 2, 3, 4, any one of the number, if it is divisible, we tell it is not a prime number, not further checking with the entire list of numbers. Thank you.